Greetings from Tokyo, my dear friends. This is Daisuke, and I very much hope that this video finds you well and in very good spirits wherever you are in the world. And I'd like to continue on, if I may, with the wonderful viewer questions that you so kindly submitted to this channel a few months back. Once again, please accept my deepest apologies for my lateness and my tardiness in addressing these. I very much apologize, but I will do my best to remedy that. In that spirit, let us turn to the next question, which is from Jarad. So hello, Jarad. So thank you very much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And you say, what is your favorite film to show others? That film that always gets a reaction out of your friends, whether it's good or bad. Other than introducing people to Twin Peaks, my favorite would be La Haine. I find La Haine as the perfect movie to ease people into watching foreign films and is especially relatable in today's age. It's deeply impacted everyone I've shown it to. Thank you very much, Jarad. Thank you so much for that wonderful question and that also providing that wonderful response as well, Twin Peaks and La Haine. Thank you very much indeed. So it's an intriguing question, a very intriguing question. I think, and again, I think there have been so many examples and so many films I could cite that we would be here forever, I think. But I'll try to confine myself to maybe one or two. Maybe, and also thinking about the past and my past experiences with showing films to others or introducing certain films to others, what kind of reactions they have engendered from such showings. And I think if I could think back, the one film that comes to mind immediately is Yasujiro Ozu's film, which is called Tokyo Story. Tokyo Story in English. It's a Japanese film, but the title in English, it's often referred to in English as Tokyo Story. I have shown this film, or people have asked me, or asked me for a recommendation, what should we watch? And I say, oh, let's watch Tokyo Story. And maybe these people, sometimes they are very much into Japanese cinema, and they know Ozu, and they know other Japanese filmmakers. Other times maybe they don't know certain aspects of Japanese cinema or cinema, and that's okay either way. In either instance, it's been my experience that Tokyo Story, or regarding Tokyo Story, the reaction has always been a very positive one, a very emotional experience, and how people react to that film and how they relate to it. Even though it was made and released many years ago, still it has such a power, a type of quiet power and impact, and it is so relatable. It is so relatable because it's about family. It's about relationships within the family dynamic, either in terms of direct bloodline familial relationships or relationships that are made because of marriage or because of other connections like that. And also the relationships between generations, between parents and children, and also grandchildren. So multi-leveled, multi-tiered generational experience. And it's not always pleasant. Those stories between and among family members aren't always pleasant indeed. And there are those little things that seem to creep in every once in a while. Those little maybe rivalries or feelings of resentment that are always still hidden within the veneer or the context of peace within the family. But at the same time, things tend to bubble up over time. And then when things come to a fore, when certain events happen in the film, as they do, certain very dramatic events happen, then things are changed, or do they? And we see the results of what ultimately become the true essence of family bonds and where they ultimately lie or don't lie. And I think stories like that, stories about human connections, about relationships in the context of family or otherwise, I think those sorts of stories have this universal reach that transcend time and geography. And so I think a film like Tokyo Story for me is one that I have had every time I've shown it to people, or every time we've seen it together, it's always had this reaction, and it's such a powerful one. And so I think that's probably how I might answer your great question, at least if I were to confine myself to just maybe one example. So I think, yes, I think that would be, but of course, then again, it really depends on, maybe we're talking about specific genre, a specific type of film. Within that context, the answer would change. It would most certainly change. Oh, tonight I want to watch maybe a science fiction film or something like that. So maybe I wouldn't choose Tokyo Story in that discussion. Maybe I would choose another film. Or maybe I want to watch a monster movie or something. Or I want to watch another type of genre or a subcategory of film. So maybe the answer would change depending on the particular context of that conversation. But in general, if I were to talk in these terms, I would cite as an example that comes to mind immediately for me here at this point in time, the work by Yasujiro Ozu, which is Tokyo Story. But Jarad, thank you so much for this wonderful question. And so I would like to now direct the question to others who may be interested. What would you say? How would you respond to Jarad's great question here? Please feel free to let us know in the comments section below. Okay, my friends, so that's it for now. And so until we meet again, please be happy and healthy and well, and please keep on watching a lot of great, great movies. Thank you so much, as always, for your time. I very, very much appreciate it. Stay strong, stay safe, and cheers.